Thanks, everyone. Thanks to Marnus Labuschagne for joining us this evening. Well, as always, we'll throw to the floor first, and then we'll head over to Zoom. So if there's any questions from Marnus from the floor, we'll fire it up.
Marnus, I guess, given the way you started the day and where you are at the end, I mean, what's the feeling and what's the thoughts in the dressing room about how you approach the rest of this test match?
No, our feeling in the dressing room and change room is very calm. Like you said, it's Test cricket. You never expect any Test nation, especially when you're playing England in the Ashes, to come in and roll over and you're going to knock them over. You know, Test cricket's a grind. It's meant to be hard. Otherwise, it wouldn't mean so much to both countries. So for us, it's just a day at the office, and we make sure we come back tomorrow, and review our plans and our how we bowled today, and come up with some ideas and get those last 8 wickets.
Obviously, Davey didn't field at all. I don't know if you were able to give us sort of a sense of how he's going. And we noticed that Josh didn't bowl at all after the tea break. Is there anything that you know there behind that decision?
I think you guys know with Davey, those 2 blows to the rib. So that's why he wasn't fielding today. So I don't really know too much about that apart from that. Obviously, I got to stand at first slip for a bit, so that was a bit different. But and no, Hoff's fine. Hoff's fine. So we're just making sure we're prepare really well. We know that there's some times at the Gabba where there's not as many wickets that fall, and we just got to hold in that period and make sure we rotate our bowl as well. So we've got someone fresh.
One more from me, I guess, just how crucial does that sort of second new ball become in terms of forcing this match to a position where you guys can carry on and get the result you want?
Look, playing a lot of cricket here at the Gabba, the new ball was crucial. You get you can really, there can be long partnerships, and then all of a sudden you can lose bang, 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 quick wickets. So if we can put that new ball in the right areas and get a couple of wickets with that new ball, it can really turn quickly.
Marnus, you've seen a lot of and played a lot of Nathan Lyon. Just doesn't seem to be too much for him off that pitch yet. Just your assessment of how he went, and I saw you had a couple of chats with him as well in between.
Look, I thought Nathan, what did he go at? Maybe 2.6, 2.7. For an off-spur on a wicket that doesn't really have too much, that's a pretty good effort. In terms of wickets, I think it's a wicket where, you just need to be crafty with your field. And that's what me and Nathan were just discussing. We're talking about potentially where we could get another catcher, potentially where we can use that short leg. So we were just trying to come up with ideas to find, if it's a mistake from the batter or just getting the ball in the right position for him to be able to work it to that fielder. And I think that's what you have to do on these days, when there isn't that much on offer with the ball.
And just with the seamers, of course, you guys had plans, but could there have been anything different? Maybe a little more short pitch bowling at any level, or there wasn't enough on the pitch to do that?
Oh, look, I certainly think there's enough on the pitch. It was obviously not something that we thought today was as necessary. I think obviously if they keep batting well and putting runs on, we're going to need to go to plan B and C and D. But I think the key for us is just to keep building pressure. Build pressure. I've played a lot here at the Gabba. We've played a lot here. We know the format. We know the template here to take wickets.
Sorry, finally, as a batting nut, just watching Joe Root bat the way he is, are things that he can pick up and things that you've been impressed with? This is batting.
Look, he batted really well. He played Nathan Lyon very well. Look, he's obviously a beautiful player of spin bowling and pace bowling. But like I said, it's not my job now to admire Joe Root's innings. It's my job to find holes in his game and try and help the team out wherever I can to, for us to either get a wicket somewhere and get him out because the Ashes on the line here, and we've got to make sure we keep putting pressure on him.
One more here, and we'll go over to Zoom, Bill.
Marnus, what are your early impressions of how Pat goes about his captaincy in the field? Is it obviously a new vibe out there and everything went right today? Not on a day like today, is it obviously a different feel, I guess, but what are your early impressions of the way he's going about things?
Yeah, I certainly think it's. I mean, it's different, right? When your captain's at mid-on, when you're used to the captain being the keeper. So it's just different because it's quite loud out there. So you have to, a lot more hand signals. We look like mimes out there, trying to hand signal because you can't really hear that much. But yeah, he did a great job. I thought he rotated the bowls really well. Yeah, I thought he bowled well himself, and I actually thought Cameron Green bowled really well. And obviously Stuckey got that key wicket of Hamid because he looked really good. So yeah, look, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, he did a great job.
We've got two here on Zoom, guys. We'll go to Benny Horn and then finish off with Louis Cameron. Ben?
Oh, thanks, Cole. Marnus, just back on Josh Hazlewood. It's obviously unusual for a bowler like him who's so consistent to go 35 overs without bowling. When you said before, like, you got to kind of prepare for situations where it can be difficult to take wickets at the Gabba. I mean, is it partly due to the fact that Josh is one of those guys coming off a limited preparation? Not he hasn't played any Shield cricket, and obviously the heat there today. Was that sort of part of the thinking?
Look, once again, not to my knowledge, but that seems like a pretty reasonable thought you've got there. So yeah, maybe the skipper and the guys know more than I do.
Louis.
Hey, Marnus. Just wondering about when you guys thought you had David Malan out with the caught behind that you reviewed. Could you just kind of explain what you guys thought, and then whether you guys knew as well whether RTS, the Snicko, was out of action?
Yeah, so I think the umpires have said to us that RTS was out, but obviously I was at first slip. I actually didn't hear a noise, but the other four guys around me were adamant there was bat. And for us on field, obviously we're a long way away, but it looked like it had hit the bottom of the toe, and obviously Hotspot didn't. That we thought that looked like there was a mark on the bottom of the toe when he pointed the toe sort of more towards the camera side. But once again, when you don't have Snicko, it's obviously that decision's never going to get turned over. So that's where that one sort of sat.
Thanks, Louis. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.